Give me a minute. We are recording the session so
Okay.
that you can. Okay, tomorrow it will come to you and you can listen. Right.
Okay.
Okay. Hari. Now, first of all, we'll discuss about in this session. We will discuss introduction to IELTS. We will get to know what is IELTS. එතකොට IELTS එකේ marking scheme එක ඒ හැම දෙයක්ම අපි මෙතන we will discuss
Okay.
because it's very important for you to know about IELTS before you go for the exam. Now, can you tell me what is your understanding about IELTS?
It's the international marking level of the English knowledge.
Okay, what else?
Uh, there are four types: the speaking, listening, and writing, and reading.
Okay,
And that's all.
right, no problem. Hari, අපි කතා කරමු. Right, but before we go for the IELTS, I just want to give a brief understanding to you about our company. The name of the company is the Wave Training Sri Lanka. Actually, we are doing training. We are doing like soft skills training, technical training, and English training.
Okay.
And also, we are doing. Where did you work before, Mayuri?
Institute of Chartered Accountants, Sri Lanka.
Right. What is in that Vijayarama Mawatha neda?
Yes.
Right. Right. මම එතෙන්ටත් programs වගේක් කරා, you know, like the training manager මට දැන් නම මතක නැහැ. When did you left there?
In 2015.
2016. අපි ඊට පස්සේ කරේ. We did
Ah,
some for the like chartered accountants. Okay. Hari.
ah,
එතකොට we are doing a lot of training even for the government sector as well as for the public sector. And we are doing English training for Unilever, Haley's, our city hospital, then John Keel's, Cinnamon Lake, companies like that. Right.
ah,
Okay. These are some of the pictures of our training. Right. And these are our training partners. Metal, this is a psychometric assessment. This company is doing psychometric assessment, and this is a USA company. And this is also a company where they do psychometric assessment, but this is a UK company. And the British English, this is our language wing where we do our the language training, IELTS and other language programs like business English, conversational English, and things like that. Cambridge English, we are a member of Cambridge English teacher, and all our teachers are trained from Cambridge English. That is a part of the Cambridge University where they do handle these Cambridge exams, including IELTS. And then we are partnered with British Council and IDP uh, for you to get, I mean, to train students for IELTS and also to register the students for IELTS. Now, actually, these days we are having a special promotion. When you
okay.
register, where did you do the last time IELTS?
IDP.
IDP. Okay, right. When we do register through us with IDP, there is a 10% concession. So
Okay.
the course fee is 30,200, and you need to pay only 27,000 instead of 30,200, because you know, like, we are getting a commission from them, and we this
Uh-huh.
time we are passing the commission to the students, right?
Okay.
So I mean, if you register through us, you can avail that, right?
Uh,
Okay. Right. These are some of the companies that we are doing training in Sri Lanka, like even Jawadanapur University, Peradeniya University, Whole Sim Ceylon, Nine Wells, Freeland, and all these things. Okay, right. That is just a brief introduction. Now let's go to the core content. We'll discuss about this one, introduction to IELTS. Introduction to IELTS, and in this session we will discuss what is IELTS, how to prepare for IELTS, and how to prepare for your desired band score in IELTS. Now, as we discuss, your band scores will be, our target is 7.5, right? We'll go for 7. We said 7, no? You need
Yes.
6.5, right? So your band
6.5.
score, our
Yes.
yeah, our target is right now it's 7. But
Okay.
when we proceed, we might notice that your English is good and we can go up to 7.5. මොකද අපි කරන්නේ
Okay.
දැන් ඔයාට 7.5 යන්න පුළුවන් කියලා අපි දන්නවා නම් මයුරි, we will go for that, we'll target for that, because
Okay.
the issue is that if you can get a higher score in IELTS, there are chances that for you to get scholarships even,
Yeah.
right? So that is better.
Yes.
අනිත් එක තමයි, I mean, especially for the elderly applicants. I don't know how old are you, but you know, like you're married and you're going. So to which
Yes.
country are you planning to apply?
Canada.
Canada. So Canada, you know, like when you have a better IELTS band score, then it is easy that they will issue the visa.
Oh. Yes.
That there is an advantage for that also, right? So what is
Yes.
IELTS? IELTS is International English Language Testing System, and they take the first letters of those words and they made it IELTS, right? Then how to prepare for IELTS? Now in IELTS, one thing you need to make sure, you need to understand, Mayuri, there is no syllabus. Syllabus එකක් කියන එකක් තියෙනවා නම් you can get ready for the syllabus and you can get very good marks. දැන් ඔකනේ universities
Yes.
වල වෙන exams වල තියෙන්නේ. But in here, what they check is, they will check your English knowledge. So it is very important for you to have a good English knowledge and clear understanding of the IELTS test. Now, if you bring someone from UK, even a native speaker, if you ask him to do the IELTS test, he might not, sometimes he might do 5.56, because he has a good English knowledge, but he doesn't have an understanding about the IELTS, the essentials,
Yeah.
right? So what we need to do is, now when you have a good English knowledge and a clear understanding of the IELTS test, it will be very easy and you will have a very clear mind and strategic. You will be in strategic, upayashili වෙනවා in your IELTS training and the test. Then we will discuss how to prepare for your desired band score in IELTS. How to prepare for your desired band score in IELTS. Any question?
No.
Right,
I'm
good.
clear about it.
Right. Okay. Now, Mayuri, look at this one. This is the English language test and marking system. This is the international standard.
Mm.
Now, in this side, in this left corner, you can see the English level.
Yeah.
English level. Now, if I blow this up for you, see, this is the English level. English level, it starts from starter, beginner, elementary, lower intermediate, intermediate, upper intermediate, advanced, and proficiency. Now, rather than they are telling proficiency, advanced, they started, they came up with some sort of a design to say what is proficiency. This is we call CEFR, that is Common European Framework of Reference. The CEFR band score, European Union and the Cambridge University, they got together and they came up with this one. Now they say for proficiency, your band score, they say CEFR level is C2. And they have outlined what are the requirements that you need to have in order to get the proficiency level in English. Now, all these things are the exams that are qualified, exams that are qualified to assess someone's English knowledge and tell where they are according to the CEFR level or this English level. Now, I can make a English test for you, and I can tell whether your English is good or bad, just a rough idea. But with my test, I cannot tell where you are in according to this CEFR level because they have different marking criteria. Now, these are the exams that are qualified or they certified, okay, you can do these exams, and based on the results of this exam, we can tell you where you are. Now, before, some time ago, TOEFL was the main thing. And IELTS started around like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And with the time, IELTS became something like the BATA. Do you know the story of the BATA? What happened? What is BATA? BATA කියන්නේ
Bata
slippers.
slippers.
Basically, they started with slippers.
Yeah.
So there was one time the BATA has dominated the market, and when somebody wants to buy a pair of slippers, they will go and tell the shop, give me a pair of BATA. They didn't tell give me slippers because they think slippers is BATA.
Yeah.
Right? They think slippers is BATA. Now, right? So when they ask BATA, even somebody else give them DSI, they don't mind because for them that is BATA. Right? So it became very popular. So same thing happened with IELTS also. I mean, IELTS were able to beat all these exams and became the number one. So now what's happening? Most of the universities, rather than they are telling you need to have C2 level, C1 level, or B2 level, what they say you need to have this much IELTS. So it became like the standard.
Hello, sir.
Right, Mayuri, you are there, no? You right? Can you hear me, Mayuri? Hello? 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 All right. Mayuri, can you hear me?
Hello.
ඇහෙනවද Mayuri?
ඔව් සර් දැන් ඇහෙනවා.
What do I want you to understand is this. දැන් ඔයාට band score 7 ගන්නවා කියන්නේ we need to improve your English knowledge up to the advanced level. Band score 6.5 ගන්නවා කියන්නේ we need to increase your knowledge, English knowledge, basic English knowledge, the overall English knowledge up to upper intermediate level. Right, up to upper intermediate level. Right. ඔයාට මං කියන එක පැහැදිලි නැත්නම් මයිරි ඒ කියන්නේ sound එකේ මොන හරි issue එකක් තියෙනවා නම් what you can do is you can off the mic, you can mute the mic. ඔයාට මොන හරි
Okay.
ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙන වෙලාවට on කරන්න. නැත්නම්
Okay.
අර සමහර වෙලාවට echoes එහෙම එනවා not that clear.
Okay.
Okay. Right, great. Okay. දැන් එතකොට මෙතන so that is what so මේක අපිට ඇත්තටම අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ දැන් ඔයාලට ගිය පාර ආවේ band score එක 6 නේද? You said you got the band score ගිය පාර 6 is it? Right, band score එක oh 6 කියලා නේද ඔයා කිව්වේ?
6.
6 කියන්නේ මයුරි එතකොට එදා ඔයාලට තියලා තියෙන්නේ ඔයාගේ English knowledge එක. අපි මේ chart එක ගැන බලනකොට ඔයාගේ තිබුණේ low right 6 කියන්නේ it is like between upper intermediate and intermediate. එතකොට මේක අපිට මේ 6.5 කියන එක එච්චර අමාරුවක් නෑ. That's why I said we'll go for 7. 6 ගත්ත කෙනෙකුට 7 ගන්න පුළුවන් and with our study materials and the methods, certain things like speaking එක එතකොට the listening one, reading one, writing one, you can go even up to 7.5 වෙනකන් යන්න පුළුවන්. And your English is not bad. ඔයාගේ English එක not bad. Now what is happening is දැන් ඔයාගේ English වල ඔයාගේ knowledge එකක් තියෙනවා හැබැයි මේක පැටලිලා තියෙන්නේ. අර jigsaw puzzle එකක වගේ පැටලිලා තියෙන්නේ මේ ටික අපි හරියට දාගත්තාම it will be very easy for us to get your knowledge up to advanced level. එතකොට ඒක මේව කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right, any question? Any question?
No sir.
No, right, okay. Right. Now, how to prepare for your desired band score in IELTS? Now, when we are discussing about how to prepare for your desired band score in IELTS, what we need to do is number one, we need to learn about the test. Content, format, timing, scoring, and FAQs. FAQs කියන්නේ Now everybody will have some questions that they will be asking frequently. So we need to discuss these things also, so you will get a good understanding about the test. Then we need to see the difference between academic and general training. Then general academic karat, it is better for you to understand what is the general training and why the general training is there. These are basic things that I believe that you need to know. Then we need to
Yes.
make a realistic goal. Then we need to make a realistic goal. That is, for your band score, for the moment, we'll be targeting 7. For the moment, we'll be targeting 7, but as we proceed, you can go up to 7.5 or 8 යන්නත් පුළුවන්. දැන් අපේ previous students දැන් මේ පහුගිය මාස දෙක තුනේ ගිය students ලගේ average band score is like average කිව්වහම about 85% are getting 7 average band score, and maybe like 60% is getting 7.5. So 60% getting 7.5 එතකොට ඒ 7.5 එක තව 85% බැලුවොත් ඔක්කොම 85% අඩුම ගානේ 7 අරගෙන තියෙනවා. And it is easy. The only thing is now you're not working, no. You're not
Yes.
working. So what I want is like I will guide you. I want you to do certain things, certain exercises you need to do. ඕක මාස දෙකක් ඔයා කවදාද IELTS කරන්න හිතන් ඉන්නේ මයුරි?
August.
August. හොඳටම ඇති. So we are in May. June, July. අපි මාස දෙකක් කියමු. June, July, August first week උනත් කරන්න පුළුවන්. June, July. ඒ මාස දෙකේ චුට්ටක් මහන්සි වෙන්න. දවසකට විනාඩි 40ක් පැයක් විතර වාට මේ වෙන් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් I can guarantee you 7.5.
Okay.
I can guarantee you 7.5. It's easy. Right. Then after we make the realistic goal, we need to know the requirement of your band score. We need to know the requirement of your band score. Right now, when we are targeting for 7, you need to know what are the requirements of 7. For an example, now you want to make a chicken curry. You want to make a chicken curry, but then you need to know what are the ingredients, what are the other things that you need to make this chicken curry. Then eka danne නැත්තම් you can't make a chicken curry. You will make a chicken curry, but only you know that it is a chicken curry. Anitya, maybe the others might call it is a chicken soup. Right? So, I mean, you need to know the requirement. Right? So, when you know the requirement of band score, for an example, now if I'm telling you your writing band score, when you want to get 7, you need to know, you need to have a clear understanding what are the requirements that you need to fulfill in order to get 7. 7 ගන්න ඕන නම් 7 ගන්න අපි සම්පූර්ණ කළ යුතු දේවල් මොනවද? ඒවා සම්පූර්ණ කරන්න නැතුව you can't get 7. That's very easy. අපි මේ ටික මේව කරගත්තයින් පස්සේ then it is very easy. දැන් මේව ඔක්කොම අපි අද කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ. But I'm guiding you. I'm giving you some understanding so you know what will happen in the bigger picture. Right. Okay. Any question?
No.
Right. Okay. Good. Right. Now this is the basic structure of IELTS. Now here you have the listening, first one. Then you have the reading, second component. You have the writing, the third one, and the speaking, the fourth one. එතකොට මෙන්න මේ හතර තමයි IELTS වල basic structure එක. මේ හතර තමයි structure එක. The areas that they will measure, the skills that they will measure. එතකොට දැන් listening එකයි speaking එකයි, the both of these things are the same for general or academic. General එක වුණත් academic වුණත් listening එකයි speaking එකයි. Now if you see the listening one, there are 4 sections, 40 questions, and you get 30 minutes approximately. Speaking එකේ 3 sections, right? First one you have one-to-one interview. Then the next one you need to make a speech. The third one you will discuss about your speech. You will go into the critical analysis and you will check, you will discuss. In there, they will check how well you can make an argument, how well you can stress a point. So all these things they can check. Right. Okay. Now these are the things, right, for listening and speaking. Now in reading and writing, now if you say the structure, right, general 3 sections, academic 3 sections, 40 questions general, academic 40 questions, and time period 60 minutes and 60 minutes. So if you see the structure is the same. Structure is the same, right? But what is different is the content. මේකේ තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නවල තියෙන අන්තර්ගතය තමයි වෙනස් වෙන්නේ. Right? එතකොට basically general reading එක ඇයි, why are they checking the general reading? Okay, if you are doing a migration or if you are going to do a job in an English speaking country, එතකොට ඒගොල්ලන් බලනවා සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට මේ රටට ගිහිල්ලා අමාරුවක් නැතුව යන්තම් ෂේප් වෙන්න ඉංග්ලිෂ් තියෙනවද? දැන් රටක ගිහිල්ලා ජීවත් වෙනවා නම් what are the things that you need to do when it comes to reading? You may have to read a newspaper, maybe a advertisement, right? Maybe a notice, then maybe like small some message. So they are checking whether you have enough knowledge to do that. So, but in academic they are checking if you have, in academic they are checking if you have a good knowledge, a sufficient knowledge to read academically contents තියෙන ඒවා බලලා whether your skills are enough to extract ඒකේ තියෙන information උකහා ගන්න පුළුවන්ද කියන එක තමයි මෙතනින් බලන්නේ. Now most of the people thinks මේ reading කියලා බලන්නේ මේ කොච්චර හොඳට මේක read කරගෙන යන්න පුළුවන්ද කියන එක කියලා. නෑ, ඒක නෙමෙයි. You might be able to read, අපිට read කරන්න පුළුවන් අර තියෙන වචනවල sounds අපි අකුරු දන්නවා නම් අකුරු වල sounds දන්නවා නම් we can read, but we might not know the meanings. But මෙතෙන්දි බලන්නේ මේ reading passage එකේ තියෙන අන්තර්ගතය තියෙන details අපිට කොච්චර හොඳට extract කරගන්න පුළුවන්ද කියන එක. Right? Now that's why even now we are specialized for IELTS for the medical staff. There are many doctors, then medical supervisors, lab assistants, then the nurses are doing IELTS with us. Then ඒගොල්ලන් migrate වලට උනත් ඒගොල්ලන්ට බලන්නේ academic එක. Because the job level has more responsibilities. එතකොට ඒ වගේ එකකදී general knowledge එකක් තියෙන කෙනෙකුට වඩා academic තියෙන knowledge එකක් තියෙන කෙනෙකුගේ English තමයි එතෙන්දී අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ. Right. Okay, so this is the reading. And normally most are having a difficulty with reading. Right. Then the writing part also there is general and academic. But if you see the structure, task 1, task 2, and the time 60 minutes, 60 minutes. So what is this difference? Again, like I told you before, මම කලින් කිව්වා වගේ මේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ජීවත් වෙන කෙනෙකුට අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ ඉංග්‍රීසි පාවිච්චි කරලා ලිවීමේදී when it comes to writing, he may have to write a letter or email. So they are checking whether you have a sufficient knowledge to write a letter or email. But when it comes to academic, you need to write theses, you need to write reports, you need to write analyses. Then they are checking whether you have a good knowledge for you to check and read this academic, to write academic contents. That's why in general, task 1 is a letter, academic it's a report. Then the time, the task 2, it is essay for both. And the time taken is for 60 minutes. Now this is the basic structure and the contents about IELTS. අපි මේක in detail අපි කතා කරනවා ඉස්සරහට. Right? In detail අපි කතා කරනවා ඉස්සරහට. Right. Is there anything that you need to clarify or clear?
No,
ඕනම
it's
ප්‍රශ්නයක්
clear.
අහන්න. Yeah. ඕනම ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහන්න. මොකද your job is to understand clearly. When you understand clearly, if there are any doubts, you need to ask questions. And my job is to make sure that you understand this. So 10 පාරක් හරි කමන්නේ අහන්න. It's not a problem. Right. Let's go for the next one. ඊළඟ එක තමයි to make a realistic goal. Describe the band score you need. So we decide the band score you need. We decided you need 7. Then check your level of English. Right now, according to my understanding, your English is between 6 to 6.5. I might be wrong. I'm just guessing with the conversation I made with you, right? 6 to 6.5. This can go even up down to 5.5 ennat puluwan make a, but it will not go more than, right now your knowledge is not more than 6.5 කියන එක මට කියන්න පුළුවන්. Right. Then we need to understand, Mayuri, what do you need to improve? Whether you need to improve English or IELTS skills or both. දැන් ඇත්තටම මෙතන මේ IELTS වලදී they are checking two things. They are checking your English knowledge and they are checking your skills. Skills කියන්නේ කුසලතාවයන්. Reading skills, කියවීමේ කුසලතාවයන්, listening skills, සවන් දීමේ කුසලතාවයන්, writing skills, ලිවීමේ කුසලතාවයන් සහ what is the other one? Speaking, කතා කිරීමේ කතනයේ කුසලතාවයන්. Right? මේක කුසලතාවයන් නිසා හරි ලේසි මේක improve කරන්න. Right. Then the other one is we need to decide a time frame for the preparation. So I think we have about 2.5 months. 2.5 months make it we can do. We can do the මෙතෙන්දී ඇත්තටම I will guide you. June, July, August, you need to do it in August. August කරනවා කියන්නේ අපේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් 4 months තමයි අපි දැන්ට latest design කරලා තියෙන time period එක, but you know, we will arrange that now I know that you need to do by August. එතකොට I will be making special plan and maybe some special classes ඔයාට දානවා, but you're free නේ. මෝ උදේ නැතුව හවස ඔයාට පුළුවන් නේද?
ඔව්. මේ
Right,
ටයිම්
okay.
එකට පුළුවන්.
හරි, very
ඒ
good.
කියන්නේ after 6.
Right, හරි, no problem. එතකොට දැන් මෙතන තමයි අපි මේව කරන්න. එතකොට time frame is okay. දැන් අපි මේක realistic කියන්නේ දැන් ඔයාගේ band score එක 7 ගන්න කිව්වොත් within 2 weeks, that is not realistic. So that's why I said we need to come up with a realistic goal. So our goal is a realistic one, but it needs commitment from you and me. Commitment from you may be like 65 to 70%. Commitment from me 35 to 30%. Right? අපි ඒක කරමු. This is very easy. අද හුඟ දෙනකොට did you go for any classes before Mayuri?
Yes, it's a individual class conducted by a teacher.
Right. Then මෙහෙමයි Mayuri, I'm not, you know, like I'm not blaming anybody or අර කාගේවත් නරක කියනවා නෙමෙයි, but what is happening today, when somebody can speak English, read English, teach English, they think they can teach IELTS. That is wrong. IELTS it's not generally English. It has different things. Now I have worked as like a lecturer for British Council for some time for IELTS. Then I have been working as an examiner for IELTS. එතකොට මම දන්නවා දැන් ඔයාගේ band score 7 කියනකොට I know what are the requirements you need to have. එතකොට දැන් ඔයාගේ writing එකක් බැලුවොත් right. Mayuri ඔයාට 7 වෙන්න මෙන්න මේ ටික අඩුයි. ඒක කියන්න පුළුවන්කමක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒක කියන්න බැරි නම්, you know, like now everything has been like commercialized වෙලානේ තියෙන්නේ. So people want to, you know, like now there are certain students, they told me that they have gone to some you know, to discuss about IELTS learning to certain teachers, and they said they are not fluent in their speaking. So they're saying, we were wondering how he could teach us how to speak properly because his speaking is not fluent. So there are issues like that, but you can't blame everyone because this is a commercialized, everyone wants to make some money and, quick money. So they think everyone can teach English. I mean, the IELTS. එතන issue එක වෙලා තියෙන්නේ, but don't worry. සමහරලාට ඔයාට හොඳට උගන්වන්න නැති වාට ඒක අල්ලගන්න බැරි වෙන්නේ නැති, but whatever it is, don't worry. We'll now we have a fresh start. Right, okay. Any question about this?
No.
Right, okay. Right. Then the other thing, we need to learn about the question types. We need to learn about the question types. We need to know. Right now, for an example, දැන් අපි කිව්වොත් එහෙම දැන් ඔයාට අමාරුනේ reading එකනේ. Now, when it comes to reading, there are about 12 different questions types. Question types 12ක් විතර තියෙනවා reading එකේ. What are they? Like multiple choice, sentence completion, matching sentences, diagram completion, flowchart completion මේ වගේ තියෙනවා. මේ එතකොට හැම different question type එකකින්ම ඒගොල්ලෝ they are checking a different skill. They are checking different skill. එතකොට multiple choice එකෙන් බලන skill එක නෙමෙයි sentence completion එකෙන් බලන්නේ. එතකොට අපි දැනගන්න ඕනේ මේ question types මොනවද? මේ question types වලින් බලන skill එක මොකක්ද? එතකොට මේ skill එක improve කරගන්නේ කොහොමද? Then it is now when it comes to a certain point මම ඔයාලට කියන්නම් දැන් අපි reading බලනකොට reading අපි test කරගෙන යනකොට sample test අපි ඒවා මේවා කරනකොට අපිට දැන් හිතමු අපි reading ඔයාට now questions 40ක් තියෙනවනේ මේක හැමතිස්සෙම වාගේ 30ක් විතරයි හරියන්නේ. මේකේ 30ක් විතරයි හරියන්නේ කොච්චර කරත් 30ට වැඩියෙන් හරියන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් මෙතෙන්දී අපි කරන්න ඕනේ මොකද්ද? මෙතෙන්දී මෙන්න මේ වාගේ 10ක් වැරදෙනවනේ. මේ 10 ඇනලයිස් කරලා බලන්න ඕනේ මේකේ පැටර්න් එකක් තියෙනවද? හරියට අර ලෙඩක් හොඳ වෙන්නේ නැති කෙනෙක්ගේ අපි ටෙස්ට් එකක් කරලා ඇනලයිස් කරනවා වගේ. එතකොට දැන් අපි හිතමු මේක ඇනලයිස් කරලා බලනකොට ඔයාගේ මේ වැරදෙන 10න් වැඩිපුර තියෙන්නේ මල්ටිපල් choice. ඒ කියන්නේ මල්ටිපල් choice එකෙන් චෙක් කරන ස්කිල් එකේ කුසලතාවයේ කිසියම් අඩුවක් තියෙනවා ඔයාට. Then what we need to do? ඔයාට කියලා multiple choice ප්‍රශ්න 1000ක් කෙරෙව්වත් වැඩක් නැහැ unless we address that skill level. skill එක address කරන්න නැතුව අපි කොච්චර කරත් වැඩක් නැහැ. right? කොච්චර කරත් වැඩක් නැහැ. ඔයාට මේ ඔළුව කැක්කුමකට පැනඩෝල් මාස 3ක් එක දිගට දුන්නත් වැඩක් නැහැ. ඒ ඔළුව කැක්කුමේ මොකද්ද තියෙන්නේ කියලා බලලා ඒකට බෙහෙතක් කරන්න නැත්තම්. So that is what we need to do. We need to analyze. අපි අර systematically කරනවා නම් this is very easy. Right. Then we need to learn the tips and techniques for each type of question. We need to learn the tips and techniques for each type of question. Then we need to understand the common topics. Right? Common topics and vocabulary you required to use. අපේ study pack එක තියෙනවා. ඒකේ ඔයගලන්ට වෙනම vocabularies, other books, grammar books ඒ ටික ඔක්කොම එනවා. සමහර වෙලාවට අපි during weekend we'll be doing special classes to improve your grammar. මේ අපේ normal යන class එකට අමතරව. Right? normal යන class එකට අමතරව අපේ ඒක තියෙනවා. Right. Then develop your ideas and topics from variety of sources like documentary, BBC, News Scientist, radio programs. You need to listen to Australian, New Zealand, American and Canadian radios. Why is it? Because in IELTS, listening එකේ 65% විතර එන්නේ British English. The other 35% it can come from Australian, New Zealand, American, Canadian or a combination of that. එතකොට ඒ එක එක්කෙනා කතා කරන විදිය, ප්‍රොනවුන්ස් කරන විදිය වෙනස්. ඒක අපි පොඩ්ඩක් අවබෝධ කරගෙන තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Then it will be very easy. Right. Okay. Right. ඊළඟ එක තමයි we need to do practice tests to assess your listening and reading. දැන් අපේ study pack එකේ ඔයගලන්ට එනවා Cambridge books 13ක්. දැන් මේකේම තියෙනවා 4 ගාණි. 4 ගාණි කියන්නේ 52ක් විතර තියෙනවා. ටෙස්ට් 52ක් විතර තියෙනවා. මේක කරොත් ඔයගොල්ලෝ කමික් වෙලා it's very easy. It's very easy. Then your speaking and writing, you need to get assessed by an experienced teacher. So I will be doing that. Nothing to worry. Then what we need to do is we will develop and practice. අපි develop කරනවා මොකද්ද මේක develop කරන්න තියෙන එක develop කරනවා I practice කරනවා. එතකොට අපිට තව එකක් අහු වෙනවා. අපි ඒක develop කරනවා I practice කරනවා. So this will be like a circle until you become and until you are confident, until we are confident that you can make 7 band score. Then we need to build speed and time management skills for reading and writing. We need to build speed and time management for reading and writing. මේකත් මේ skills එකක් ඒගොල්ලන් check කරන IELTS වලදී. Then we need to do a full practice test under examination conditions. So we'll be doing some practice tests as well as 2 mock tests. 2021 target කරලා Cambridge University එක හදපු mock test දෙකකුත් අපි කරනවා. And if you want to do more mock tests, then with an small additional payment, you can do another 4 mock tests. Now mock test 4ක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. Then you can do your IELTS when your English and IELTS skills are at their strongest. Right? So that is our plan is August වෙනකොට ඔයාගේ skills ටික improve කරගන්න. Right. Any question?
No.
Okay. Right. Now we'll discuss about the IELTS band score. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි IELTS band score එක you will get something between 0 to 9. Normally you don't get 0, you will get 1 to 9. Right? And also you can get half score like 5.5 or 6.5. And you will get a band score for each skill like listening, reading, writing, speaking. Then again you will get a band score for overall band score. දැන් මේ overall band score එක ගන්නේ කොහොමද? They will add listening plus reading plus writing plus speaking. මෙතන එන එක මේක බෙදනවා 4. Then ඒකේ answer එක තමයි overall band score එක. Now every time when you divide this by 4, you will not get exactly භාගයක් එන්නේ නැහැ. If your average score is 6.25, අපි කතා කරන්නේ මේ මෙතන. මේක 6.25 ආව නම් they will increase this up to 6.5. If your average band score is 6.75, it will go up to 7. If your average band score is 6.2, it will go down to 6. So your overall score will be rounded up to nearest 0.5 or the whole score as shown. Right? Nearest 0.5. එහෙම නැත්නම් සම්පූර්ණ score එක හැටියට එන්නේ. Right. Any question about this?
No. It's
Right.
clear.
Right. Now, next one is this is the listening marking scheme. Now I told you, according to the මේ structure එකේ හැටියට there are 40 questions. ප්‍රශ්න 40ක් තියෙනවා listening එකේ. මේ 40න් කීයක් හරියනවද ඒකට අදාළව band score එක අපිට ලැබෙනවා. Right? Like if you get 23, your band score is 6. If you get 32, your band score is 7.5. If you get 33, still it is 7.5. එතකොට අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඔයාගේ target එක කරන්නේ 30. Minimum 30, that is 7 right now. But with my experience and with our study material, I'm sure you can go up to 8-12 යන්න පුළුවන් හරි easy. It's very easy. Right. Any question about this?
No.
Right. Then this is the reading marking scheme. Reading එකේ එන්නේත් අර කලින් වගේ ප්‍රශ්න 40න් කීයක් හරිද ඒකට අදාළ there is a corresponding band score according to how many numbers you got correct. According to your correct answers. දැන් ඔයාට 7 අපි target කරනවා කියන්නේ දැන් මෙතන ඇත්තටම general එක. General එකේ වැඩිපුර ලකුණු marks ගත්තට ලැබෙන band score එක අඩුයි. Now for an example මොකද මේක හරි lazy. Now if you get 30 questions right, your band score is 6 in general. But if you get 30 questions in academic, your band score will be 7. දැන් එතකොට ඇත්තටම අපේ target එක මොකද්ද? අපේ target එක for you to get 30. මොකද අපි වාට target කරන්නේ 7. Right? Target කරන්නේ 7. So you need to get 30 questions correct. දැන් මෙතන 10ක් වරද්ද ගන්නත් පුළුවන් මේවා තුනේ. Right? Reading තුනක් තියෙනවා. Reading තුනෙන් 10ක් වරද්ද ගත්තත් still you can get band score what you want. What is 6? Any question?
No.
Right. Okay. ඊළඟට writing marking scheme. Now writing marking scheme මේකේ තියෙනවානේ writing questions දෙකක් තියෙනවා. ඒවත් mark කරන්නේ out of 9. And these are the criteria they will check. First one is the task achievement. Task achievement is the writing related to the task. Then the second one is coherence and cohesion. Words and sentences are related to each other. Ideas are interconnected. Paragraphs are separated according to a logic. Sentences are in a sequence. Topic sentence followed by supporting sentence. මෙන්න මේ ටික තමයි coherence and cohesion එකෙන් බලන්නේ මේවා in detail අපි කතා කරනවා when we are discussing about the writing task. Then the third one is lexical resource, or the words that you are using, words, vocabulary. Right? The fourth one is the grammatical range and accuracy. Grammatical range and accuracy is the grammar correct. එතකොට මේ හතර තමයි බලන්නේ මේකෙන් පිට කොච්චර හොඳට තිබුණත් you will get not additional marks. මේකෙන් පිට කොච්චර නරක ඒවා තිබුණත් you will not lose marks. These are the criteria that they will check. දැන් ඔයා ගිය පාර IELTS යන්න කලින් ඔයාට අවබෝධයක් තිබුණාද මේ වගේ writing marking scheme එක ගැන?
නෑ මෙච්චර ලොකු මේකක් තිබ්බේ නෑ සර්. ලොකු අවබෝධයක් තිබ්බේ නැහැ.
හරි. එහෙමනම් ඔයාට මේ පාර ගන්න එක එච්චර අමාරුවක් නෑ. මොකද ඔයා ගිය පාර ගිහිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ you were not equipped properly. Now this time you will get equipped before you go. Hari, Mayuri, you can hear me neither. ඇහෙනව නේද?
hello sir.
ඔව් හරි හරි. එතකොට මයුරි දැන් අපි ඉස්සෙල්ලා කතා කරේ මෙන්න මේ marking criterias මේ හතර ගැන. එතකොට දැන් මේක in detail යනවා. මේක in detail යනවා. Now you can see task achievement මේ කියන්නේ task 1 එක task response කියලා තියෙනවා task 2 එක. මේ දෙකම එකයි. basically මේ දෙකම අපි එකක් හැටියට කතා කරේ task achievement කියලා, but when it comes to task 1 දැන් මේ task achievement එකේ එහෙම නැත්නම් task response එකේ මොනවද ඒගොල්ලෝ check කරන්නේ? Presenting accurate information. They are checking whether you are presenting accurate information. Then they are checking whether you provide an overview, a proper overview. Then highlighting key features or stages, supporting details with data. දැන් එතකොට ඔයාට ඇහෙනව නේද මයුරි? මගේ මේකේ පොඩි හරි okay. Right. එතකොට දැන් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කරන්නේ මේගොල්ලන් right? මේක සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කරන්නේ මෙන්න මේකේ දැන් හතරක් තියෙනවානේ. මේකට වෙනම බෑන්ඩ් ස්කෝර් එකක් දෙනවා. මේකට වෙනම එකක් දෙනවා. මේකට එකක් දෙනවා. මේකට එකක් දෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ මේ හතර එකතු කළා හතරෙන් බෙදලා ඒ එන ඇවරේජ් එක තමයි ටාස්ක් අචීව්මන්ට් එකේ බෑන්ඩ් ස්කෝර් එක හැටියට එන්නේ. right? ඊළඟට දැන් අපි බැලුවොත් coherence and cohesion එකේ organizing information, having one central idea in each paragraph, using a range of linking devices. එතකොට මේකේ මොකද්ද කරන්නේ? මේ තුනට වෙනම බෑන්ඩ් ස්කෝර් එකක් දීලා ඒක එකතු කරලා තුනෙන් බෙදලා ගන්නවා. අරගෙන මේකට බෑන්ඩ් ස්කෝර් එකක් දෙනවා. මේ වගේ මේ හතරට බෑන්ඩ් ස්කෝර්ස් දීලා ඒ හතර එකතු කරලා ඒක බෙදලා ගන්නවා. එතකොට අපි ඔයාගේ writing එක අපි in detail මේක යන්න ඕනේ. In detail ගිහිල්ලා බලන්න ඕනේ. දැන් අපි හිතමු if you have a problem with your lexical resource. lexical resource වලින් ඔයාට අපි හිතමු band score එක 4යි එන්නේ. එතකොට අපි ගිහිල්ලා බලන්න ඕනේ in detail. මොකක්ද ඔයාට අඩු? මම ඔක ඉස්සරහදී මම පෙන්නනවා. I will show you, right? Don't worry. Just keep that in mind. So the grammatical range and accuracy also is the same. Using a range of sentence structures, using a range of grammar tenses, punctuation and avoiding errors. එතකොට මේ ටික ඔක්කොම අපි දැනගන්න ඕනේ. දැන් අපි වෙනම we will do a separate section for you punctuations ගැන. Punctuations මොනවද? Punctuations කොතනද පාවිච්චි කරන්න කියන එක I will give you an understanding because nobody knows හරියට punctuations මොනවද කොතනද පාවිච්චි කරන්න කියලා දන්නේ නැහැ. Now, Mayur, according to you, how many punctuation marks are there, according to you? Punctuation marks කීයක් විතර තියෙනවද?
Basically, we use only 2 or 3, but there are.
දැන් මෙහෙමනේ මයිරි. දැන් අපි අහුවොත් එහෙම I mean කාර් එකකට රෝද කීයක් තියෙනවද? You can't say basically රෝද දෙකයි but there are another 2. එහෙම කියන්න බෑ. Right? So you need to like okay තමයි, you know, like it's not a problem with you only, it's a problem with everyone. There are, right? So don't worry. කියන්නේ මම දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඔක්කොම දන්නවනම් මගේ වැඩක් නැහැනේ, මට හම්බ කරගන්න විදියක් නැහැනේ. Right. Right? There are 14 punctuation marks. Punctuation marks 14ක් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් use කරන්නේ මොකද්ද? Full stop, comma, question mark වගේ ඒවා. Right? But at least you need to use 8 punctuation marks in order to get band score 7 ගන්න. එතකොට අපි දැනගන්න ඕනේ මයුරි මොනවද මේ punctuation marks 14. මේක use කරන්නේ කොතනද? ඒක දැනගෙන අපි prepare වෙන්න පුළුවන්, right? මම essay එකේදී මෙන්න මේ punctuation marks පාවිච්චි කරනවා කියලා prepare වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මම කියලා දෙන්නම්. There are some, you know, tips or the tactics that we can prepare in order to prepare වෙලා ගිහිල්ලා වැඩේ දෙන්න පුළුවන්, right? එතකොට දැන් මෙතන තියෙනවා ඊළඟට like you know, like collocations in here lexical resource. One thing is you need to use the collocations. Collocations කිව්වම you need to I'm sure you have no idea what is collocation. එතකොට ඒවා එහෙම idea එකක් නැතුව ඔයාට ගිහිල්ලා කරන්න බෑ. So we'll be doing like separate sessions අපි කරනවා මේවට. And also when it comes to the grammar range and accuracy, using a range of sentence structures, there are basically 3 types of sentence structures: simple sentence, compound sentence and complex sentence. Now if you want to get more than 7.5, you need to use complex sentences. Complex sentences use කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ knowledge එකක් තියෙන්නේ advanced knowledge එකක් තියෙන කෙනෙකුට විතරයි. So if you want to show that you have an advanced knowledge, you need to demonstrate that you can make complex sentences. Very easy. Right? This is actually getting a good band score is how well you can show off. මේකේ marking criteria ටික මගේ ළඟ තියෙනවා කියලා අපි කොච්චර හොඳට show off කරනවද, then you can get that. Right? Okay. Right. So this is like the writing band score. Any question? මම මේක in detail කරනවා පස්සේ, but any question?
We are doing grammar sessions also.
Yeah. ඔයගලන්ට අවශ්‍ය grammar sessions සමහරක් ඒවා අපි කරනවා, like prepositions, then the verbs and the tenses අපි ඒක කරනවා. මොකද ඔය දෙක තමයි අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි world wide English කතා කරන, දැන් අපි සිංහල කතා කරලත් අපි වරද්දනවානේ. ඔයගේ English කතා කරන අයත් වරද්දනවා. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ වැරදි වලින් 83%, 83% they are making mistakes with verbs and prepositions. එතකොට ඒක අපි හුඟ දෙනෙක්ගේ ඕක තමයි 83%ක් වැරදි කරන්නේ ඕක. එතකොට ඒක හදාගත්තා කියන්නේ you can avoid 83% of mistakes that you are doing. ඒක නිසා අපි ඒක කරනවා. Okay. All right. එතකොට මේක තමයි ඊළඟ එක. මේක තමයි band score 7. දැන් ඔයාට ඕනේ band score 7 නේ. මේ band score 7 එකේ අපි කියවනේ there are 4 things that we are checking. 4 criteria: task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, and grammatical range and accuracy. Grammatical range and accuracy. එතකොට මේ හතරේ right මොනවද තියෙන්න ඕන දේවල්? See, these are the things you need to have. එතකොට දැන් මේන් එකක් හරි අඩුයි නම් ඒ කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේ task achievement එකට you will not get band score 7. මොකද අපි මම මෙහෙමයි හිතන්නේ. දැන් මම හිතන්නේ දැන් මේකේ හතරම එකතු කරනවානේ. ඒ කියන්නේ මේකට වාට හතක් තිබිලා මේකට හතක් තිබිලා මේකට හතක් තිබිලා මේකට හතක් තිබුණොත් you will get your writing band score as 7. හරිනේ? මොකද අපි average එකනේ ගන්නෙ. right average එක ගන්න. එතකොට පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඉතින් මෙහෙමත් පුළුවන්. දැන් මේකට 6ක් තිබිලා මේකට 8ක් තිබිලා right මේකට 7ක් තිබිලා මේකට 7ක් තිබුණත් ඇති. but අපි බලන්නේ average එක 7ක් ගන්න නම් මෙන්න මේ ටික තියෙන්න ඕනේ. coherence and cohesion එකේ මේ ටික තියෙන්න ඕනේ. lexical resource වල මේ ටික තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒක නැත්නම් මම කියන්න ඕනේ. right Mayuri, you need to improve this and this in your writing. Simple. කියලා I need to guide you. මේක කොහොමද improve කරන්නේ? මෙන්න මේ ටික improve කරන්න වගේම මේක කොහොමද improve කරන්නේ කියන ටිකත් I need to tell you. හරි? එතකොට ඔක අමාරු නෑ. It's not මේ අමාරු නෑ. Right. Right. Then the speaking. Speaking එකෙත් අපි කතා කරනකොට අපේ speaking එකේ there are 4 areas that we check. The marking criteria හතරක් තියෙනවා. Right? Fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, and the pronunciation. මෙන්න මේ හතර තියෙනවා. මෙන්න මේ හතර අපි බලන්න ඕනේ අපේ speaking එකේ we need to improve කරගන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට මේ හතරෙත් අර writing criteria හතරේ වගේ there are breakdowns. Sub areas like fluency, talking at length, talking without pauses or hesitation, talking without self correction, able to be understood using linking devices. මේක මේ ටික තියෙනවද? මේ ටික තියෙනවා නම් කොච්චර දුරටද තියෙන්නේ අපි බෑන්ඩ් ස්කෝර් එක බලනකොට 6 7 8 4 මෙන්න මොනවද? මේක improve කරන්න ඕනේ මොනවද? Then same with lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy and the pronunciation. Right? එතකොට දැන් අපි ඊළඟට දැන් අපි මෙන්න මේ විදිහට අපි ඔයගලන්ගේ speaking එකක් කරනකොට අපි මෙන්න මේ විදිහට assess කරනවා. like අපි කියවනේ marking criteria හතරයි. Fluency, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, pronunciation. එතකොට මේක අපි breakdown එක බලනවා. Talking at length, talking without pauses or hesitation, talking without self correction, able to be understood using linking devices. එතකොට මෙන්න මේ හතර right මෙන්න මේ හතරේ ඕගලන්ට බෑන්ඩ් ස්කෝර්ස් එන්නේ මොනවද කියලා අපි දැනගන්න ඕනේ. then we will know we will like අපිට තේරෙනවා ඔයාගේ average එක මෙතන කොතනද තියෙන්නේ කියලා. දැන් මේ ස්ටුඩන්ට් ගේ see overall එක average එක තියෙන්නේ මේ හතරේ 4.8 4.755 5.75. දැන් අපි දැනගත්තොත් එහෙම අපිට හිතුවොත් දැන් now we need to improve this one 4.75 එක කියන්නේ improve කරන්න නම් අපි දැනගන්න ඕනේ මේකේ අඩුවෙන්ම අරගෙන තියෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? ඒක තමයි improvement එකක් වැඩිපුරම ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් ඕගොල්ලන් මෙතන 7ක් අරගෙන තියෙනවා නම් මේ 7 improve කරන්න නැතුව 4ක් ගත්ත එක තමයි improve කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒක තමයි lazy improve කරන්න. right? එතකොට අපි මේ විදිහට when I do a speaking assessment with you, I will be analyzing this way also. මේ විදිහටත් මම ඔයගලන්ට analyze කරනවා. කරලා මම in detail කියනවා. දැන් අපේ speaking session එක මයුරි අපි record කරනවා. record කරලා අපි ඊට පස්සේ මම ඔයාලට දාලා පෙන්නනවා right මයුරි මෙන්න ඔයා කතා කරන හැටි. මෙන්න මේක අපි නතර කරනවා right. මෙන්න මෙතෙන්දි මේ විදිහට කරන්න ඕනේ. මෙන්න මේකයි ඔයාගේ වැරද්ද. right? ඒ විදිහට අපි කරනවා. So right. Any question about this?
No.
No. Right. Okay. Right. Next one is FAQs or the frequently asked questions in IELTS. So what does IELTS means? International English Language Testing System. මේකනේ අපි මුල අකුරු ටික අරගෙන මේවා කරා. We discuss this. Right. How many skills are tested in the IELTS? 4 skills: listening, reading, writing and speaking. And what is the best place to do IELTS? British Council or IDP? Some people say British Council is easier, some say IDP will get more marks, but there is nothing like that. All the exam papers are the same, the standards are the same, answers are the same. This, so uh, the Megulangi marking criteria, examiners standards, everything is the same. මේ එකක් හරි වැඩිපුර ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස්ලට මාක්ස් දීලා තිබුණොත් they will lose British Council හරි IDP එක හරි එහෙම කරලා තිබුණොත් they will lose the co-ownership of IELTS. එහෙම වුණොත් ඒගොල්ලන්ට ඉස්සරහට IELTS කරන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. So these are some marketing gossips that they have said. Then everybody will come to me. You know, all these places are doing a business no. IDP it's 100% business oriented one because I know a British Council IDP so maybe they are sending a podi rumors so then the students will come to them, but it's the both are the same, right? Then the next one is does the IELTS accept American English? Basically there are two types of English. One is British English and the other one is American English, right? British English and right, British English and American English. එතකොට මේ දෙකම එකයි. මේ දෙකේ වෙනස මොකක්ද? Now what is the difference between these two? මේකේ ප්‍රධාන වෙනස්කම් දෙකක් තියෙනවා. එකක් තමයි right the words. දැන් American English වල අපි කියනවා parking lot. British English වල කියන්නේ car park. American English වල අපි කියනවා trash. British English වල අපි කියනවා garbage එහෙම නැත්නම් rubbish. American English වල අපි කියනවා gas. British English වල අපි කියනවා petrol. ඊළඟ එක තමයි spellings. Now spellings like for an example color කියන එක American English ලියන්නේ COLOR. අපේ කනට ඇහෙන විදිහට ලියන්නේ. But British English they will use COLOUR color. Right? So මේ දෙක තමයි ප්‍රධාන වෙනස්කම් දෙක. Now actually like I did my first degree in UK and my masters in University of Chicago in USA. So with the usage I have a very good knowledge about both this American English and British English. But in IELTS test you can use either one, there is no problem. American එක පාවිච්චි කරත් කමක් නැහැ, British එක පාවිච්චි කරත් කමක් නැහැ, because these two they have taken as standard English, right? Then which skills do I take on the same day? Listening, reading and writing. Then your speaking will be done in a different date. Speaking කරන්නේ වෙනම දවසක, right? Speaking කරන්නේ වෙනම දවසක, right? Any question? Right, okay. Now this is the thing, is there a break in reading and writing? Reading එකේ writing එකේ break එකක් තියෙනවද? නැහැ. ඔයගලන්ට කෙලින්ම listening එක දෙනවා, ඊට පස්සේ ඒක ඉවර වෙච්ච ගමන්ම reading එක දෙනවා, ඊට ඉවර වෙච්ච ගමන්ම writing එක දෙනවා. Right? So එතකොට දැන් මේ reading එකේ මොකක් හරි අවුලක් කරගත්තොත් listening එකේ ඒ අවුල ඔයා reading එකටත් ගෙනියනවා. එතකොට අර හිත clear නැහැ. ඒ අවුලත් එක්කම තමයි reading එක කරන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ writing එක කරනකොට අපේ හිතට එනවා listening එකත් අපි අනාගත්තා, reading එකත් අනාගත්තා. දැන් ඒ mentality එක තමයි writing වලට එන්නේ. So it is very important. Now what I tell my students is that like 2 minutes before මේ ටෙස්ට් පේපර් එක දෙන්න විනාඩි 2කට විතර කලින් do some meditation and focus your mind and clear your mind. මං ඉස්සරහට කියලා දෙන්නම් tips වලදී. Right. Then can I use a pen in my IELTS exam? According to the international standard, yes, you can use a pen. But according to the British Council and IDP, they both will not allow you to use a pen. They will ask you to use a pencil. So you can't use a pen. Right. How many times can I take my IELTS? You can take even 10 times or 15 times or whatever. Recently, a doctor joined us. He has done IELTS around 6 times, but he could not get the required band score. Now he is with us, and hopefully he will get the band score, which he needs is 7.5. Right. Okay. Can I wear a watch in my IELTS test? No, they will not let you wear any watch. Then what happen if I am colorblind? මොකද IELTS වල especially writing එකේ task 1 එක සමහරලාට graphs එහෙම color වලින් දෙනවා. එතකොට if you are colorblind, you need to tell at the time of booking the exam, then they will give you special paper. It's same with the reading difficulties. If you have any reading difficulties, then you need to tell, then they will give you extra time දෙන්නත් පුළුවන්, අකුරු ලොකු කරලා දෙන්නත් පුළුවන්, right? But හැබැයි ඒ වගේ එකට we need to show the medical reports that we have a problem with reading කියන එක. එහෙම නැතුව දෙන්නේ නැහැ. Right. Okay. Right. Next one is, how can I write using capital letters? Yes. Now in listening and reading, ඒක answers capital වලින් ලිව්වත් කමක් නැහැ, simple වලින් ලිව්වත් කමක් නැහැ, ඔක්කොම capital ලිව්වත් කමක් නැහැ, එකක් capital එකක් simple, එකක් capital එකක් simple ලිව්වත් කමක් නැහැ. So no issue. How is IELTS scored? That we discussed no. අපි මේක කතා කරා කලින්. Right. How long does it take my test results to arrive? It takes around 13 days. How long my test results are valid? It is valid 2 years. Right. Then can I get my IELTS results remarked? Can I get my IELTS results remarked, recorrection? Yes. You need to pay around 20,000 rupees. But if you make a වෙනස් වුණොත් එහෙම, if the band score will get changed, then they will refund your 20,000. Right? ඒක exchange rate එකත් එක්ක වෙනස් වෙනවා. They will refund this because you get a wrong මේ marking එකක් ආවේ examiners ලගේ වැරද්ද නිසා. එහෙම එකක් වුණොත් එහෙම ඔයගොල්ලන්ගෙන් මේක අඩු කරනවා, examiner charge කරනවා. So what I'm trying to say is that ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ answers correct කරනකොට අපි හරි පරිස්සමෙන් correct කරන්න. අපි හරි පරිස්සමෙන් correct කරන්නේ මොකද you know like මේ වැරදුනොත් එහෙම ඔයගොල්ලෝ හදිසියෙ recorrection දැම්මොත් we need to pay. Right. If I take IELTS test twice, which results I can take? You can take any result. Let's say you did one in January, one in April. January ke results වැඩි April වලට වඩා, so you decided to use the January one, you can. The next one is, my test results has not arrived within 13 days. Why is this? මේකට reasons දෙකක් තියෙනවා. First reason is that you may have given a wrong address. Wrong address එකක් දුන්නොත් මේ ටික වැරදි තැනකට යන්නේ. වැරදි තැනකට යන්නේ, then you will not get the result. Right? Next one is, you may have done something wrong at the test. cheat කළා එහෙම තිබුණොත් examiner ඇවිල්ලා the examiners will not come and fight with you. ඔහේ බලාගෙන ඉඳලා පොඩි mark එකක් දානවා test paper එකට, then they will hold the results. Right? So these are the basic FAQs about IELTS. Now, in addition to this, do you have any question? Do you have any question about anything that we discussed?
No.
ඕන දෙයක් අහන්න තියෙන එක, no problem.
No, sir, it's clear.
Right. Then I think from tomorrow you can join the classes. Tomorrow we'll
Okay.
be having the classes at 8:30 in the night, 8:30 to 10:30 වගේ අපි පැය දෙකක් මේවා කරලා තියෙන්නේ, but you know වැඩ කරන අයනේ පැය එකමාරක් විතර වෙනකොට they will get tired. ඒ මොනොත් අපි පැය එකමාරක් විතර මේවා කරනවා, but don't worry. ඔයාගේ මේවකට මේවා කරන්න පුළුවන්. Then the other thing